This Dragon Ball Super review is sponsored by Crunchyroll, and just a quick reminder for you guys, you can still get 30 free days of Crunchyroll Premium at crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Premium accounts get not only hundreds of hours of anime, but you also get it in pristine 1080p high definition, and you can stream it to any device plus no ads. So you definitely want to sign up and take advantage of this deal. Crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Check it out. The legendary assassin Hit is back on Dragon Ball Super. One of the great new characters that Super's introduced to us, and I'm happy to see him back, but he's not doing good deeds. But then again, he's an assassin, so what do you expect? Let's talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 71. Goku Shisu Zettai Shikko no Ansatsu Irai, which translates to Goku dies, a hit job that can't be refused. Love the pun there. This episode was very interesting because they started out the episode kind of different than they ever have before. In fact, I can't remember a Dragon Ball episode really starting this way, but they started the episode with a teaser of the end of the episode, like a teaser of the cliffhanger, and then they told, like, you know, how do we get here type of thing. They usually, I've never seen Dragon Ball do that, and it was a good idea and it was very creative and I liked it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that too, what you thought about the way they started that. Because the episode actually starts with Goku collapsing, like, and dude, this is freaky because the dude's laying there, right? His eyes are open, dude. This, like, you know that whole thing about when people die with their eyes open, it's even more creepy. Like, he's just laying there with his eyes, like, wide open, man. It was a very, very creepy shot. And then Gohan's like, he's dead, and then Goten and Piccolo are there, and then we get the title screen. So it was very interesting that they did that. And so when the episode begins, kind of the theme of this episode was that Goku was constantly on the alert because he could sense that something bad was going to happen. It was almost like an instinctual thing, like a premonition. He had like a premonition that somebody was trying to kill him. I mean, the episode starts out with him like meditating, and then Chi-Chi's like, hey, it's time to eat. And then Goku goes inside to eat, and he senses like something in the fridge, and it turns out to be 3 cockroaches. So that's wacky. But, you know, again, it's cool how they're doing that Goku can kind of has that premonition that something bad may happen, because it kind of harkens back to his powers in the Namek arc, how he can put his hands on Krillin's forehead and like sense and read everything. We never saw him do the mind read technique ever again, but it was cool while it lasted. I guess Toriyama just forgot. I don't know. And also, one thing I want to say too is I do love the anime food in this episode. I've talked in the past about how delicious they make anime food look. It's always so much more delicious than what real food looks like, and this episode is no different. Now, another thing that's going to be very interesting about this episode that I want to talk about is that they are beginning the tease for the Universe Survival arc. And if you're wondering about the Universe Survival arc or the Omniversal Tournament, I have covered all the news this week. I'm very, very exhausted doing this because there's so much news coming out on the Geekdom 101 channel. So go to the channel, go to uploads, and check out all the videos I've done during the week. I actually have the spoiler about who ordered the hit on Hit. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't click the video, but it does tell you. I've got episodes 73 and 74 spoilers for the titles, and I've got the preview for the upcoming arc February 5th. So all of that is covered on Geekdom 101. If you want to, all the news, I got it all for you, and it's going to be very exciting. But my point is, they're already teasing that arc here. So we're seeing Vegeta training with Whis, and Beerus asked Whis if Goku's gotten stronger because Goku is going to be the captain of the Universe 7 team in the upcoming tournament. And so he asked Whis to train Goku more, and Whis is kind of being weird, and Vegeta can tell. And Vegeta comes off a little bit jealous here that, you know, Beerus wants Whis to train Goku. He didn't even mention Vegeta, but I guess maybe that's because Vegeta's already there. But I like that. They're already teasing the next arc, and they should do that. So Goku is out shopping, and he's still kind of acting weird. And they have this sequence where Goten and Gohan are following Goku in disguise, trying not to be seen. And Goku's like walking around, like he's shopping, he's walking around with his eyes closed, just trying to sense like who's trying to kill him, you know. And they have this kind of, you know, weird and funny comedic scene where Goku's walking into traffic and then he gets hit by a car, and it turns out to be Bulma of all people who hits him with the car. What a coincidence. And of course the car is destroyed and Goku's fine. They have a barbecue again, and Goku pretty much admits that he knew that he was being followed, and he pretty much says that he suspects that someone's trying to kill him, which again, I don't know if he's channeling the spirit of Tupac here, with the obsession over somebody killing him, but it was pretty cool. So then we cut into space and we have this creepy music and we see this like weird like moon colony looking thing. Now obviously this is Universe 6 and we see an awesome epic shot of Hit and he's in the rain with lightning going off. Some of it was in the next episode preview. I really liked the way they reintroduced Hit here. I thought it was really epically done. And we have this really cool shot of this giant castle with great infrastructure. Now, one of the great Easter eggs about this episode was that they actually show Frost on the TV. Okay, this is cool. So there's a news reporter, and they show a picture of Frost in his first form, and she's like, this guy is still on the loose. So I'm guessing that the authorities on that planet are looking for Frost. I guess they finally figured out that he's indeed a terrorist and not a good guy, because some time has passed since the Universe 6 tournament. And that was cool seeing Frost's face again. I thought that was awesome. So then we see this big fat guy and like the mafia dudes, the ones from the preview. And I know a lot of us prognosticated that those are the guys that hired Hit. That's not the case at all. We just thought that they were. So they have this really epic scene where Hit shows up and he's like, I came to kill you, which is freaking awesome, bro. It reminds me of that infamous line that Gohan told Boo, fight you? No, I'm going to kill you. But Hit just said it. The guy who voice acts Hit is amazing. So Hit just wrecks his shit. He does what appears to be like a time skip because you see like the weird like crystallized background and he stops his heart like somehow. And then he grabs the jewel that the guy has and he leaves and the dude's henchmen are freaking out. Basically, the way that it works from my understanding is that Hit can use the time skip to swiftly kill you and not even leave a trace of evidence because he's moving so fast that there's no fingerprints, there's no evidence that he did it, which is probably why he's been so successful at killing for so many years because there's no evidence for him to ever get caught. And even if he were to get caught, I would imagine escaping from the police is not that hard if you can skip time, but I've never tried it before. So Hit sees the hologram of Goku, which is his next target, and he kind of has a weird face about it. So then we go to this scene where Gohan's talking to Piccolo about, the Goku thing, and then they realize that Goku's gone. And we have a little bit more Vegeta Whis stuff. Not really anything too important. Just more talking about the training. Vegeta, again, wants to surpass Goku. And at this point, we don't know. Vegeta's been training with Whis for an unspecified amount of time. So he may have caught up to Goku. But we don't know that yet. We don't really know, but it's possible. I'm going to say it's possible. So Goku's like in the middle of nowhere by himself. And he powers up to Blue. And Hit is already there behind him. This was pretty epic. And Piccolo was able to sense that Goku's ki vanished. And he knew that that was him going to Blue. Like, he didn't presume that Goku was dead. He just knew that when you have high ki and then boom, you just disappears, it's because he's using God ki. And Piccolo cannot sense God ki. Even though he's got Kami inside of him, he just can't do it. So Piccolo, Goten, and Gohan fly off to see Goku. Goku senses Hit. This was pretty badass, dude. Hit says that I was asked to kill you. And then we have a very interesting part. This translation is a little bit weird, but he basically says that, if you want to, you can leave and I'll just tell him that I killed you. He wants Goku to choose. He's like, do you want to fight or do you want to go? He pretty much gave Goku the option. And that says a lot about Hit's character. That he is willing to give Goku the option to escape, and Goku's not going to turn down a fight. I mean, this is fucking Goku. Goku's, of course, surprised about this. Goku's like, no, we'll fight. And Goku attacks, he's swinging at Hit, and Hit's just looking at him. This is a great sequence, because Goku's just throwing, haymakers and punches and kicks. Hit's just looking at him, eating the shots. Goku goes for a big right hand, and Hit skips time and nails Goku once. This is kind of weird, so I'm going to watch it again to kind of give you to get a better perspective, but it looks like Hit sticks his fist out, and Goku's like, what are you doing? And then, Hit skips time quick enough to hit Goku once. Goku, collapses, and as he collapses, he fires a ki blast right up in the air, and he falls over. And then Hit said some gully shit, bro. Hit's so badass, bro. Hit goes, I'll be back when they make your tomb. Or some shit like that. And that's what my Yumi had translated for me. Because that was a badass line. So, that was awesome. And then Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo show up and they see Goku's dead body. And we pretty much see, the beginning of the episode again where they're freaking out over Goku being dead. So that's where the cliffhanger ends. Next week, Goku and Hit fight again, because Goku's not dead. It's in the next episode preview. It's not a spoiler. Goku does survive. I did like that Gohan, Goten, and Goku do the preview. And I'll be, of course, like always, I'll be doing my preview predictions video tomorrow, giving you guys my thoughts on next week's episode. Even though it's hard to do a predictions, we've already got spoilers out. Again, those are on Geekdom 101. If you just go to the uploads, they're all there, and you'll see all the news updates for the Universe Survival arc and all that. The Universe Survival stuff's not really a spoiler. It's just kind of a preview. It's promotional material, but we do know it's coming, and we also know that Dragon Ball Super will have a new intro song, so let me know your thoughts on that. Are you guys happy there's a new intro song in Super coming out, or do you like the one they have now, Chozetsu Dynamic, or do you think it's time to change it? I think it is time to change it. I love that song, but it's time to change it. I hope the new song is epic, though. Anyways, that's what I got for you with this review. I did enjoy the episode. I thought the Goku meditating stuff was kind of boring, honestly. All of the Hit stuff and the Universe 6 stuff I thought was really cool, and I do want to see more of Universe 6, and I hope that at some point we do see more of Universe 6. But I feel like, you know, it was a little teaser. It was an okay episode. Wasn't the best. It was fine. I'm looking forward to seeing the big fight next week, the big rematch. So let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments. Thank you, as always, for supporting Geekdom 101. Remember, guys, crunchyroll.com/geekdom. 30 free days of HD anime. You can watch Dragon Ball Super on there, Naruto, One Piece. You're going to get 30 free days of it in 1080p high definition. And I'm telling you, Dragon Ball Super looks amazing in 1080p, dude. I stream it to my Chromecast, and it looks incredible. So definitely check that out. Again, crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Thank you again. I'll talk to you guys down the road.